Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Monday morning, and this weekend went awfully fast. But anyway, today is February the 24th, and I really hope you had a great weekend. I hope that you were able to spend some time with your family, or friends, and just enjoy the improved weather we've had. It started on Saturday, and things have improved drastically, from the cold weather we had. And but anyway, hope you had a great Sunday. Hope you were able to worship at the place of your choice. And I know we had a good Sunday, and now here it is Monday. God has blessed us with the breath to breathe, and certainly hope and pray that this morning finds you feeling well. Hope it finds you well rested, and hopefully you're ready to tackle the opportunities that God has blessed us with here on this Monday. This morning, I'd like to share a devotional with you entitled Factoring God into Your Plans. In James chapter 4, verses 15 and 16, it says, "What you ought to say is, if the Lord wants us to, we will live and do this or that. Otherwise, you are boasting about your own pretentious plans, and all such boasting is evil." James, he's talking to successful Christian business leaders. These are people who, worked hard to reach the top of their field. Now, you'll notice that he doesn't rebuke them for, their success or, their efforts, to be the best. No matter, what you're doing, what you do for a living, if you're a follower of Christ, you should strive to be the best at what you do. I mean, you should work harder, than anybody else. You should arrive early to your job. You should leave a little bit later, than others do. You should work cheerfully, and you should do everything for the glory of God, wherever you are. You see, God hasn't called, everyone into so-called ministry. He hasn't called, everyone, to be a preacher. But he has called us, all of us, to minister and to serve him and to bring honor and glory to him, whatever our profession is. I mean, if you're a doctor, attend to your patients, for the glory of God. If you need, if I need surgery, listen, I don't want a preacher. I want a godly surgeon, who knows what he's doing or what she's doing. I may need a Christian attorney. I may need someone else in another field, in construction, in music, in art, in politics. We need strong strong believers in the fields to represent us, well. But in your striving to be the best, you need to maintain your focus and priorities. I mean, that's what James is saying here. He offers you a valuable reminder. He gives you the key to maximize your success. The people James was talking to, they had lost their focus. They were believers, but, they were living like atheists. They weren't factoring God into their plans. And so James reminded them, to keep God's will at the forefront of their lives, to keep it right there, as a priority. Ultimately, every plan anybody ever makes is dependent on if God wants us to. If you humbly, acknowledge that and plan accordingly, God will bless your plans. That's why Paul told the believers in Ephesus in Acts 18:21, "I will come back later, God willing." And it's why he wrote to the believers in Corinth in 1 Corinthians 4:19, "I will come, and soon, if the Lord lets me." You see, God's will covers a lot of ground. Everything you do. I mean, in fact, if you're going to give it the consideration it deserves, it must be one of the first things that you think about in the morning, and one of the last things that you think about at night. It needs to be a frequent, topic of conversation, with your spouse or loved ones. I mean, it needs to be the main focus of every prayer, every business meeting and every decision-making process. No matter what field you're in, keeping God's will at the forefront means, thinking about, what you're sacrificing, thinking about, what you're, prioritizing, thinking about, how you're using your success, your resources, including your time, finances, and people, and making sure that they align with God and His will, because we want to align with His will on everything that we do. I mean, you can glorify God wherever you are and whatever you do. Just remember to factor in His will. And I hope that encourages you today, but I want to leave you with this question to reflect on. How do you factor God's will into your workday? Hope you'll think on that. Hope it'll help you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.